Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for this last stop in our inaugural Infor Community Hackathon journey, the oh so coveted awards ceremony. My name's Brad Stillwell. I'm one of the product managers here at Infor, and I'm going to be your host for today's event. Now, before we begin, we have a special thank you video from our global head of product management, Rick Ryder, who wanted to share his congratulations to all the participants today and give a little input on why he's so passionate about these types of events and the amazing growth that we're seeing in our ecosystem of developers. So let's hear from Rick Ryder.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rick Ryder, and my responsibility here at Infor is product management across our applications, cloud platform, and our AI-specific teams. And I want to immediately start off by saying how excited and grateful I am to all of you for being here and being a part of this new hackathon experience we've rolled out over the past few months. We at Infor are obviously really passionate about our product direction and how the market and technological expectations are increasing at a rapid rate. But we really believe that this culmination of bringing our robust composable cloud platform together with the ecosystem will unlock some amazing innovation and value for customers, more so than we've ever seen before. Value in the form of faster or more accurate business processes, such as a monthly financial closeout, and value in the form of, say, an in-context AI-based recommendation for higher sales or even customer satisfaction outcomes. I'm really hoping this experience has provided you with some great exposure to new business opportunities and a mechanism of turning the art of the possible finally into expected reality and outcomes. It's education, of course, but it's exposure to working with Infor strategy, its people, and its technology in a way to challenge us all to create these new opportunities. What we have gained is the understanding that we haven't remotely scratched the surface of the unique value we can provide our partners and customers. It's validation that we can continue to push the limits and ultimately together be a leader in our respective markets. And in doing so, really challenging our perception of what we really mean by ERP and our business applications moving forward. I also want to thank all those involved in making this possible and, quite frankly, such a success from the very beginning. And I know the judges have had their work cut out for them with all of the great concepts and ideas. But I want to thank all of you again, and I can't wait to see the final outcome.
All right, as you heard from Rick, we are just so appreciative to all of our customers and our partners and those independent developers who took time out of your busy days and your schedules to turn that creativity and that passion into working solutions based on our Infor technology. And the response and, quite frankly, the ideas that we saw come to life were truly amazing. So let's take a moment and meet the rest of our panel today. On our event, we have Story Monforte and Greg Hamer. Story, why don't you take a minute to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Story Monforte. I lead our ISV partner strategy for the product group. I'm so happy to be here participating in this event. But I love the fact that we have so many partners that have participated in this event as well.
Outstanding. And Greg, Mr. Hamer, say hello to the folks.
And yes, hello and welcome. I want to double down on everything that Brad has already said. We're very excited that this event is happening today. But I'm Greg Hamer. I'm a principal developer evangelist here at Infor, and I'm embedded with a team of folks like myself who are making magic happen for you developers every day around Infor technologies. But because this is the award ceremony, I am having a chance to communicate with the people who participated in this hackathon. And I really have to give you all a very, very deep felt thank you. We recognize the incredible amount of creativity you put into innovative solutions and the amount of energy that you had put in. Now, for everybody who participated, this will be the first time you will get to see the other people's participating, what they built. So this is very exciting. And for us, you gave us an opportunity to see how possible happens. We gave you the technology and you went out and you built these fantastic solutions. So over the next hour, we are going to highlight only five of the solutions that were built. But at the end of this session, we will share with you a link where you can go and view all of the final submissions. So
outstanding. And a special thank you, please, to our technology partner and sponsor, AWS, for helping make this hackathon possible. And as Greg mentioned, we're only going to hear from the top 5 finalists today. We're going to get a sneak peek. You can actually see what they have created over the last several weeks. But ultimately, at the end, we will be naming our winners, who you will see featured on a live builder hour in the coming weeks. So please, please, please stay tuned till the end. Now, just before we begin, I just wanted to take a quick minute and look back at the journey that we've been on over the last several weeks, and how and why did we do this community hackathon. And there's a couple of things I'd just like to point out. One is we were seeing a trend in the market over the last several years, this concept of composability. It's not just about best of breed anymore or point solutions. It's really how quickly can you compose a solution that adds incremental value in the business based on orchestrating together different technologies. And so that's why we asked you, our participants, to focus on things like automation with RPA and integration and API gateways and application development, or our intelligence platforms around AI and data fabric and insights, because we really want you to see the power of bringing these components together to create value in your business. The next is we wanted to make all of our great technology accessible to you, so you could actually get hands-on with the tech and learn and build, because building is really how you take those crazy ideas and make them real for yourself and real for your organization. But really what we want is we wanted you to grow your skills, and we wanted you to grow your network of people, like-minded developers. And so that's why during the hackathon, we launched our new community engagement platform, because we really want to catalyze this community of developers and give you a place where you can share ideas, help each other out, and just get to know each other better. And that's something that is going to live on and add value well beyond this event. So let's bring our panelists back in. And I thought it might be good, Greg, if I can ask you a question. Maybe if you could share just some highlights over the last couple of weeks of what got us here to today.
My pleasure. Well, it's been a very, very busy couple of weeks. On September 24th, we opened up enrollment for a registration for the hackathon. We ran this as a 2-stage hackathon. And so for the first stage of the hackathon, and everybody who had registered had an opportunity to meet other people who were registered, do team formation. And what we asked at stage 1 was for teams to submit proposals. And from those proposals, we then passed on through to the second stage, which was the actual build stage, the to 20 different teams. So 20 teams passed on through. And then we gave them live tenants for just 9 days. So everybody who's a developer who has built code and pushed it into production, basically, these teams had just a shot at a 9-day sprint. And so when you look at what we're going to be highlighting for you today, and then please look at our showcase after this, keep in mind that this was all done in just 9 days. And we, again, have a deep level of gratitude at Infor to the teams that built these solutions for showing us how you make possible happen. Now, when we get into looking at these submissions, where you see here the teams telling you what they've built, please keep in mind that these are real world solutions, and they were built in that period of time. So hopefully you're going to be as positively impressed as we were. But in terms of build, learn, and grow, we had received feedback from each one of the teams, and certainly everybody learned a lot, because it's important to actually build solutions to know that you have that capability with the technology. And the hackathon became a very fertile field for teams to be able to do things that they'd always had the idea, but they hadn't really gotten a chance to bring it to a proof of concept, let alone push it into production. So I really want to talk to wind this up to just 3 different audiences, and that is certainly the people who were participating in this hackathon. A huge thank you to you. Also, for the team internally at Infor that made this happen, a very important thank you to you also. And that was a small, almost a platoon-sized team inside of Infor. So in addition to the team I work on that are building out the developer portal every day and putting up new communities and creating tutorials and videos for you. We also had mentors who joined. So these are internal Inforians. They didn't build for the teams, but they gave them access to a resource that could help them in troubleshooting when they ran into it. And then we had product managers and cloud ops teams. So this was an all hands on deck effort to make this happen. And we're very happy seeing what you teams have been able to build with that. And then a third audience is if anybody in the future might be thinking about participating in a future Infor Hackathon, we're giving you a rich set of resources so that you can see how teams were able to ideate, what type of solutions they built. And everybody here is going to get to learn a lot more about businesses, because a lot of what these teams have done is automate workflows or add artificial intelligence on workflows. So you'll learn a lot about the businesses that they use. And we're really proud they're building this all with the OS platform because you'll see the various Infor cloud suites highlighted throughout. You'll see M3 and LN and Sightline, and this technology for any user of Infor cloud suites is a great enablement. So there'll be a lot of integration in particular that you'll see here. So that's kind of the big synopsis. Just to wrap it up, as a technology company, we at Infor do have internal hackathons. So as Brad said, this was our inaugural community event. And so we're super excited about that. And coincident with this hackathon, we launched new community forums. And so we had 635 people who registered for the hackathon. Today, we have double that number currently using the community. And so if you had not yet seen the new community, that is going to live on after the hackathon. And we hope that it will give a greater access for you to meet other developers who are working with Infor technologies going forward. Back to you, Brad.
Outstanding. Thank you, Greg. Let me bring Story back in. Story, as someone who spends a lot of your time working with our ecosystem partners, helping them turn those ideas and IP into businesses, what's this hackathon meant for you?
Yeah, I mean, if we think about it, right, the mission within Infor of the ISV ecosystem team, 2 major ones. One, we want to provide the tools and the enablement for the ISV partners to be able to build on top of Infor. And then the second one is we want to make sure that the broader Infor teams know and are aware of the different ISV partners that have built on top of Infor. The hackathon really hits on both points. We've been asked by our partners over and over again for more access to our advanced technology, more access to our specialized product leaders. And we were able to do that through the hackathon. And then secondarily, I'm really excited to see all the showcases coming up, because it really shows some of the power that these teams, because many of them were partners, are able to produce in such a short period of time. And then lastly, I'm excited about the notion that potentially some of these partners can productize these ideas. And who knows, maybe we'll see them in the short future on the Infor marketplace.
Outstanding. I love it. All right. So let's get to the fun part, what everybody really cares about and has been waiting for. Let's showcase some of the great projects that were delivered. And these are going to be in no particular order. So with that, Story, we'll turn it over to you for the first one.
Yeah, great. So I'm happy to introduce our first team, Team Mashfrog. They built an automated e-commerce competitive price tracking solution. You can see the team members here on the board. Daniel.
Hi, everyone.
Saul, Colton, Julian, and Simon. They used a variety of Infor technology, RPA, data lake, Ion, workspaces, the widget SDK, and let's see what they had put together for us.
Hi everyone, we are Team Ashfrog, and for this year's hackathon, we have developed an e-commerce competition tracker, all using InfoOS components. The main focal point of our solution is the Infor RPA application, which handles the web scraping of pricing data from many e-commerce sites and storing that information into the Cloud Suite directly. Other components we used in our solution are Ion, Data Lake, Workspaces, and also the Widget SDK to create custom widgets for that workspace. Staying competitive on e-commerce platforms requires timely, accurate pricing, but competitor data is very hard to retrieve automatically, and it gets quickly outdated. Our solution using Infor RPA eliminates the need for manual price tracking by automatically providing accurate, up-to-date competitor insights and having that data be directly imported into the Cloud Suite.
So one of the components our solution uses is the data lake. So our e-commerce tracker allows users to enter specific competitor products that they want the RPA process to automatically retrieve the price of every day. So another component in our solution is SDK widgets. We have created a custom widget that allows for the simple entry of competitor products. So all the user has to do is fill out the form with the appropriate information. And once they click on the submit button, the product will be saved to a data lake and the pricing data will be collected the next time the RPA process runs.
So for example, if a user wanted to track this specific web page here for Gain dryer sheets on Amazon, they could go to the web page and they can extract the information necessary for the widget. So once the user has that information, they can just paste that in here, which I will do now for this specific item. And then after they are done entering all of those details, they can hit on submit, and that is going to send that off to the data lake to be stored in that data lake object. So now that we have the product information uploaded to the data lake, we can start off the RPA process to show how this is going to actually retrieve this information. So I'm going to click on run here. And what it's first going to do is it's first going to look at the data lake and it's going to query that to get the list of products that are listed out to be queried for their pricing. Then after it gets that information, it is going to go out into the web. It is going to navigate to the first website, which is Amazon in this case. And it's going to look at all those products that are defined as being used for Amazon. And it's going to actually look at the web page and take some of the elements on there and save them back into the data lake. So it's going to save the price, of course, also some extra information like the product rating or its rank in a specific category that it is intended for. So we can see here, it did that first one, which was that new product that we saved, those Gain dryer sheets. Now it's going to loop through some other products that we also have saved, which are also mostly other dryer sheets. So I'm going to minimize that and let it run in the background and talk about the next part, which is actually what happens with this data once it is sent back to the data lake with the pricing information, that we can then use that information in various processes. One of those processes is an Ion workflow, which is used to compare the price of the product in its current state to the most recent price stored in data lake. And so if any price has changed, a notification will now be sent out to key business users so they could be instantly in the know of that current pricing of the product. We have an example of one here of an instance where the price dropped by 10 cents we see. So we have the item code there that dropped on Amazon and by 10 cents. Also the percentage, so 1% is what that price dropped by.
The last component that we want to talk about is going to be the data widgets. So we have a couple of widgets that visualize some of the data points that we've grabbed. And one of them is going to be this item price graph. So this pretty much shows all the items that have pricing data in the data lake gathered from the RPA process. And it shows the average price over the last 7 days. And the next widget I want to talk about is this banner widget. So this is kind of doing a similar thing. It's getting all the different item categories, and it's getting all the items in those separate categories and getting the average price of those categories over the last 7 days as well. Integrating a price tracker for competitor products within the Cloud Suite can offer companies a significant strategic advantage. By monitoring pricing data across e-commerce platforms, companies gain a comprehensive view of market trends and competitive movements, enabling them to make informed pricing adjustments swiftly. Additionally, centralizing this data inside the Cloud Suite ensures that teams from sales to procurement can access updated information, making operations more agile and aligned with revenue goals.
Thanks everyone for watching our demo here today. We hope that you enjoyed our e-commerce competition tracker And hopefully you guys think it's as innovative as we believe it is. So thanks.
All right, there you go, sir. Take
Sorry.
it away.
The next team up, very exciting, is coming in from Thailand. And their team name they chose is Mudang. But what's really interesting is that they're doing an end-to-end sales order process automation. So they're using LN Cloud Suite, and they're using the OS platform similar to Mashrug. They're going to be using RPA, but they're using a total of 8 different Infor technologies here. So I'm going to just kick it off and let them tell you their story.
Hi everyone, we are Budeng team, Levision Thailand. Our solution is end-to-end sales order process automation. I'm Villasin, a project leader.
Hi, I am Natapon. I am ERP developer. Hi, I am Puva. I am system admin and Infor developer.
We are Budeng team,
I am
Levision Thailand.
I am RPA developer.
Today, we are going to demonstrate how RPA can streamline and automate the sales order process from order entry to production and purchasing. Let's start. We are going to use LN ERP and many InfoOS tools. Our solution will read email, extract email, and create sales order into the ERP system. Then it triggers MRP run and print analysis report. Then it will send notification for approval. User can confirm and transfer plan orders to production orders and purchase orders. Now we have received purchase order from customer in the email. We will start the RPA. RPA will read the sales order, extract the data, creating the sales order into ERP system, trigger the MRP to run, printing the packing report, and attach the file into the sales order in the ERP system. RPA also sent emails to sales admin, planner, and buyer. In the email, it shows the sales order lines with status ready to process, plan production order, plan purchase order. It also attached the packing report for users. Now let's go to check the sales order into ERP system. The system has already created the sales order and also attached the file, original file from customer, and also attached the packing report for users. RPA also sent the notification to planners and buyer. Planner also can see the packing report from the notification and can directly confirm the plan order. After RPA finish confirm plan order, it sends notification to planners to ask the planner to transfer the plan order to production orders. After the system has finished transfer the plan order to production order, it sends notification to planner. The same thing applied to the buyer. Buyer can confirm and transfer plan orders to purchase orders. Now we will confirm the plan order and transfer it to purchase order. Now, the system has finished transfer plan orders to purchase order and send notification to the buyers. Now let's go back to check the sale order. In the sale order, we can also see the attached files. Now it also attached the transfer order to production order and also the transfer order to purchase order. By automating this process, we have significantly improved efficiency, reduced manual effort, and minimized errors. RPA empowers us to streamline our operations and deliver exceptional customer service. Thank you very much.
Excellent. So that is a workflow that for people who work in manufacturing is very, very familiar. But again, huge hats off to the team at Mudang for delivering that very impressive solution. Now, remember, this is a hackathon and they only had one sprint and they were able to deliver all of that capability in just 9 days of build time. And by the way, Mudang, they were chose that as their team name because they are from Thailand. And over the summer, have you ever heard of a pygmy hippopotamus? Well, in one of the zoos there, a baby pygmy hippopotamus had gone viral. So if you aren't familiar with why they would have chosen that name, that's something you can go and look up on the web. With that, let me hand this off now to Brad to pick up with the next.
All right. Third up on the list today, we have Team NSA Hackers with their product image generator. Oh, getting there. Product image generator using AR glasses. Sorry about that. Team members for Team NSA, Jason Can, Sergio Garcia, Brian Jones, Chris Roberts, and Rob Thayer. And their goal was to really streamline product photography using AR glasses, providing hands-free image capture and real-time product information display. And they used API Gateway, Ion, and document management. So let's see what Team NSA Hackers has created. Here we go.
Our project name is Product Image Generator using Augmented Reality Glasses. I am wearing a pair of Brilliant Labs AR glasses, which will be used to capture and display pertinent information about products in Cloud Suite. Our solution uses CSD as the ERP and incorporates technologies such as Infor's API Gateway, document management, and CSD's ERP APIs. We also use external APIs for image enhancement, which of course we run through the Infor API Gateway for security and ease of access to a single platform. Our interface to the glasses is written in Python and runs on a phone or computer connected Bluetooth to the glasses. Our demonstration is going to show two things. It's going to show first product availability using the AR glasses. And then second, we're going to take a product image with the AR glasses and upload it into IDM for visibility into the ERP. On the screen is you see a product AP55 and I've got 110 of them on hand. Now, it's a common thing and an important thing to know the availability of products, but it's not always convenient to be sitting at a computer to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my AR glasses to look at a product code. It will scan the product code. It'll go out, make an API call back to Cloud Suite distribution, retrieve the information, and display it in my glasses. So you're going to see in the window on my screen here, the glasses at work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the product and I see the barcode. I'm going to say scan barcode, and the glasses prompt me for a a thing. I tap the glasses. I see a red line. And what I do is I look at the barcode. It says it read the barcode, and then it displays the quantity and availability on hand. In my CSD here, we have a product image for an AP55. It is valuable, very valuable to have product images in the systems so your CSRs, customers, whatever, know what they're selling and know what they're buying. So if I go do a look up here, if I go look for AP, we see that I've got an AP55, but I'm missing a picture for an AP1242. I happen to have an AP1242 in my hand here, or right in front of me. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the AR glasses to take a picture of that AP1242. AI will clean the picture up and upload it into IDM using Infor's API gateway. So here's my process. So if you watch in the corner, similar to before, I have to tap my glasses to start, and then I say add product image. Tap to take a photo. So I've tapped my glasses. I'm looking at the product. Image captured. Tap, and it's going to say product code AP1242. And once it's complete, it will upload it and send it to IDM. So now let's go back to CSD, take a look, search for AP, and there I have a picture of an AP1242 with a product image. And notice it's all cleaned up. It's not just, it doesn't have my desk stuff sitting behind it. So that's AI does that. So in summary, there is a ton of potential for Infor technology, augmented reality. Future enhancements could be, instead of maybe reading a barcode or a product number, we simply look at something and AI determines what the product is and maybe gives me availability. Or maybe when taking a picture, we look at it, take the picture, and AI goes and creates a product description on the fly. All of this can help a company be more efficient, drive cost reductions, increase sales, and lead to more satisfied customers. Thank you. We are the NSA Hackers.
Oh man, that is awesome. Congratulations, Team NSA Hackers. I just love how you brought the digital world into the real world with those AR glasses and really giving that just-in-time insight on product availability. So with that, I'm going to bring Story back in. And Story, introduce the fourth team up.
Yeah, our fourth team, I'm proud to announce, is Team Hackathon Harvesters. Their solution is a Nebraska property tax harvester. Team members, Aaron Andres, Steve Adams, Michael Cleverly. They have a solution that automates the collection and processing of property tax assessments from county websites, replacing month-long manual data entry. The technologies used are RPA, IDM, document processing, ION gateway. Let's see the video.
Agricultural companies with extensive land holdings spend significant time managing property tax compliance. One farm or ranch might be comprised of dozens or even hundreds of different parcels from a local property tax perspective. Different local governments publish property tax assessments in different formats, at different times, with a limited window for review, often only 4 to 6 weeks before tax bills are sent out. Processing property tax assessments manually for the state of Nebraska has typically taken 3 full-time employees approximately 1 month to complete. Our solution reduces this time to minutes by automating this process. We demonstrate leveraging several key Infor OS technologies to retrieve and process property tax assessments for several counties in the state of Nebraska. By utilizing a combination of Infor's robotic process automation and Infor document processor, this process automatically executes in minutes. RPA iterates through a list of county government websites, performs public record property tax searches by legal entity, parses the results, and downloads each parcel assessment record as a PDF.
I'm here today with Jeff Atwood, AgResource Property Tax Manager. So Jeff, as a homeowner, I can totally relate to paying property taxes, but since my lender takes care of it, I never see a bill, hardly even think about it. Why do these details matter to the company?
If your goal as a property tax department is to just pay the bills, then they don't. But if you really want to see how you're assessed and make sure that that assessment is correct and that you're not paying too much tax, then you need to dive into these details. Just like on your residential assessment, is your house a two-story? Does it have a basement? Those kind of characteristics matter, and they are all added together into one residential assessment that you pay a tax bill on. It's the same thing with agricultural, commercial, and other types of properties. So for example, here, if we take this one parcel in Nebraska and we look at this, you can see that they have a total value which has a total land, a total outbuilding, and a total dwelling value. If that's all we know about the property, we really don't know what kind of this property this is or what those individual pieces are. But as we dive into it, we see that that one land value actually has 11 different components that each with their own different characteristics that are each individually valued, and then those are added up to get your total land value. It's the same thing with the residence, and it's the same thing with these outbuildings, that there are 18 outbuildings making that one outbuilding total. And so when we add all these up, if you want to know how you're being assessed, you've got to dive into these kind of details.
Okay. So how does this solution help deliver value to you and the tax department?
Oh, this is amazing, because before, to do this, we have hundreds of parcels we have in 10 to 15 different counties in Nebraska, and before we had to manually click on every one of these. It's all public data, but we've got to download the PDF, so we've got to one by one try to get the data out, try to type it into our tax system, and do all of this stuff manually. Now, in a few minutes time, we can get all of the data for all of the parcels uploaded in an uploadable spreadsheet, or at least an analytical format that we can work with. Not only that, we get all the PDFs organized exactly how we want them, all in a one file that just fits our needs perfectly. It's a game changer for us.
Awesome, thanks, that was helpful.
You're welcome.
For this solution, automation using Infor tools saves time, increases efficiency, and reduces errors.
Yeah, another great solution. There is really two things that stood out. One was the fact that they were able to just grab these vast quantities of data that are outside of the Infor systems, right? You think about all the different counties and all that data they had to pull in. That was kind of mind-blowing. And then the second thing I like is I always love when they relate it back to value, and the fact that they really quantified the value to their company, right? And the money it would save and the efficiency it would gain. So amazing solution. With that, I'll kick it over to Greg.
Hey, hi. And before I dive in on this is the last of the 5 showcases that we're going to highlight, I just want to emphasize that hackathons, it's a grand tradition of each one of the teams being able to present. So we're sorry that we're not giving you all of the top 20 here, but we're going to have a showcase with the top 10 that we'll share a link with you after this, so you can go and explore them further. A key thing we're hoping you're noticing is that this is igniting some ideas for you on what you can bring to your own customers or to your inside of your own organization. So going back to this last team, what they were doing with hackathon harvesters, they had said that the manual process that they have now replaced by the work they produced in this hackathon used to take 3 people a full month. So that's 3 man months, and they're now able to do it in minutes. Back to our team in Thailand, Mudang, they said that order processing would take upwards to 8 days, and now it can be done in about 10 minutes. So in a global competitive marketplace, it's really good for you to be able to think on how you can follow in the tracks of these teams. So the next team up, Team SX, has simply titled their project Logistics Tool. And for anybody who does logistics, this will be a very familiar workflow. They have got a bill of lading that they are going to be automating. So let me just dive in and let them tell you in their own words.
I am Vincent Chen, and these are my colleagues, Jeff Bush and Tim Parsons. Our goal was to create a tool for a logistics team for shopping for ship rates and document management. This will provide real-time rate comparisons, improve decision-making, and enhance user experience. I will now pass it over to Tim for introducing the technologies that we used.
Hi, I'm Tim Parsons. For our project, we wanted to create something that takes advantage of a few different of the Infor OS tools that are offered. Three main things. First, we used RPA to load in a signed bill of lading, and then we attached that bill of lading through Infor Document Management to a Sightline shipment. Secondly, we created an API and an API gateway to work with Ship Engine in order to do some real-time rate shopping on a shipment. Then thirdly, we created a logistics workspace for the end user where they can take advantage of the two other tools that we created. And now I'm going to pass it on to Jeff Bush, who's going to perform our demonstration.
Thanks, Tim. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. So here we're taking a look at IDM. We currently do not have any documents residing here. Our goal is to use RPA to scan in this document, our shipment bill of lading, which is 110, and using OCR and RPA, bring that into IDM. So here's our RPA assistant. I'm going to go ahead and run it. As I stated, we're using the OCR activity in RPA to actually scan the PDF and pull the shipment ID out of the document. Once we do that, we then insert it into IDM. So we have finished. And now if we go back over to IDM, we can now see we have our 110 document. The attribute shipment ID has been populated with the 110 that the OCR activity used. And if we open up the document here, we can see there's our shipment bill of lading. The other tool that Tim mentioned is our new Freight and Logistics Workspace. The Freight and Logistics Workspace have two widgets. Each of these widgets was created using the Sightline form widget template. So right here are signed BOLs. This gives us a listing of all the shipment IDs coming out of Sightline. So if we go to our 110, we can then launch the IDM document with the click of the button. The second widget is the rate shopping using the Ship Engine API. So once again, we have a listing of shipment IDs out of Sightline. For this particular shipment ID, it is shipping from postal code 75226 and shipping to postal code 44113. If I click on the shop now, it's going to use the API to rate shop this order. It returns multiple shipping amounts for particular carriers and service types. This will aid the logistics team in making decisions on carriers to use and what service types to be most cost beneficial. So those are the tools that we created. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Excellent. So that was fantastic to be able to see how this team was able to put together. And again, they got one shot. It was one sprint, 9 days, and they were able to build this level of complexity. This is integrating with the Sightline, which is part of Cloud Suite Industrial. Keep in mind, any Infor customer, any Cloud Suite, the OS platform can enable you to have similar capabilities inside of your environments. And also one thing, kudos to the team here, is that the focus on widgets, because having that user interface for these capabilities is really, really important. And also a lot of what we've seen with the 5 projects we've highlighted are doing integrations. And in this particular case, they were using the third-party ship engine, so that when they needed to ship a product, they need to find the best rates. They were able to get that integration right there inside of their Infor Cloud Suite. And with that, we've now reviewed these 5, and I'm going to hand things back to Brad to take us over the finish line.
Awesome, man. This is great technology, great projects. Again, we were only able to give you a subset of everything that was submitted. So without further delay, let's see who the winners are. So in third place, we have Team SX with their logistics tool solution. Congratulations to Jeff, Tim, and Vincent. Let's just take a few moments and actually hear from Team SX directly.
Good afternoon. My name's Jeff Bush. This is Vincent Chen and Tim Parsons for Team SX. We just wanted to comment that we enjoyed the hackathon. It gave us an opportunity to work with some tools that we don't get to work with on a daily basis. Just like to thank Marcelo Martins for helping us out when we ran into a couple issues. Thanks again.
Outstanding. All right. In second place, we have Team NSA Hackers with their product image generator using AR glasses. So congratulations to Brian, Chris, Jason, Rob, and Sergio. Let's hear from Team NSA Hackers.
Thank you for letting us participate in the Infor Hackathon. It was fun to blend Infor technologies with up-and-coming AR devices. The cooperation in our team was phenomenal, and each person played a part in making the end solution, from coding to ERP setups to Infor OS data flows and API calls, all the way out to figuring out the APIs with the glasses themselves. We wanted to build this out and see if it could be done. And we have learned that the potential is great for future augmented reality. We recognize that a lot of effort goes into the making of a competition like this. And again, would like to thank Infor for letting us show our skills.
Awesome. Amazing work, Team NSA Hackers. So in first place, and the winner of our inaugural Infor Community Hackathon for 2024, drum roll please, is Team Hackathon Harvesters with their Nebraska Property Tax Harvester solution. Congratulations, Aaron, Michael, and Steve. Let's hear from Team Hackathon Harvesters.
My name is Aaron Andrus, CIO at AgReserves. I'm joined today by Michael Cleverly, Enterprise Architect, and Steve Adams, Enterprise Engineer. We're thrilled and honored to have our project selected for participation in the Infor Hackathon. One of our company's core values is striving for operational excellence. This opportunity allowed us to try out various Infor technologies and see how we could add value in our organization. Steve, what was your favorite part of the hackathon?
I really liked how Infor provided an environment for us with the tools that were needed so that we could investigate creating the solution. You know, we had a business need that we could visualize how it would work through these tools. And then we had the focus of a hackathon where we could really dive into completing that. One of my favorite parts is how the tools work together. RPA is really nice for its workflow and has the nodes designed to help us do the read-write functions. Then we continued on with the Ion API Gateway, which has its APIs already written. I really enjoyed them already being written, being able to use that. And then finalizing in IDM, receiving the documents. I really did like how all the tools work together.
That's great, Steve. Michael, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud that we were able to, in just a short amount of time, get our hands on a new. We're familiar with Infor products in general. We have FSM, we have M3, but it was nice that we could pick up a new tool like RPA and hit the ground running, and in just a matter of a few days, deliver something that was very useful to the business.
That's awesome. I'm most proud of the initiative that Michael and Steve showed and the efforts that they took to identify a business partner and enhance and automate an inefficient process. So we'd like to thank our mentors and thank Infor for hosting a very well-organized event.
Outstanding, and congratulations, Hackathon Harvesters. Amazing job. Congratulations actually to all of our finalists, to all the participants. We hope you enjoyed this experience as much as we have. And once again, this is not the end, right? We want to remind you of a couple of quick things so that you can keep growing and learning while we prepare for our next event. So first off, please continue to leverage the community. That is your area for developers to help each other, to share your ideas, to be a resource for each other. Second, as you saw in the chat window, we have a special solution showcase page on the developer portal with all 10 finalists that you can get inspiration and innovation ideas for what you might want to bring into your organization. And just a reminder, keep going back to that developer portal. We will be releasing new tutorials, new videos, best practices week after week. This is where you can continue to grow and hone your skills day after day. And stay tuned for that upcoming Builder Hour, where we will feature some of today's solutions and you get a peek behind the curtains of how they build it. So our challenge to you, keep learning, keep building, keep growing. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon.